Celtics fans, I need your help. I really hate to start off the video with this kind of graphic because we're losing in this graphic, and I don't like to lose. Well, right now we are about 10,000 likes away from beating Knicks Now in our month-long July like battle. I mean, obviously the New York Knicks, they got a lot more stuff going on in the Celtics. Why? Because they're trying to beat the Celtics. So I get it. But nonetheless, 8,000 likes throughout the month of July. Thank you for everybody that has liked the video. But let's go on ahead and make this one the best. Let's see if we can get 500 likes on this video today. Sounds like a lot, but all you got to do is hit that like button for me. Are the Celtics signing Jay Scrubb? I have seen this all over Twitter. I've seen some reports that say they are, some reports that say they aren't, and I'm not exactly sure what's going on, so I figured why not go ahead, hop on, and just kind of debunk everything that I've seen and talk about the truth. Well, let's go ahead and refresh your memory here, because it took me a little bit to realize, wow, Jay Scrubb, yeah, he did actually play phenomenal last year for the NBA Summer League in the Boston Celtics. In July of 2023, he earned himself a two-way contract from his performance during Summer League. But then October of 2023, he unfortunately suffered a season-ending ACL tear. Those just break my heart. October of 2023, what naturally comes with rookies who do end up having a season-ending injury, well, he was waived from the Celtics. They ended up going on to sign Nathan Knight, which he did nothing. I don't even know how long he stayed with the Celtics. And then now, once more, a year later, rumors about re-signing Jay Scrubb have now resurfaced. Why? Because Easy Sports Group put out on their Twitter, I'm assuming this is Jay Scrubb's agency or somebody he works closely with. But Easy Sports Group put out on Instagram saying, every player will face storms and adversity throughout their career. Jay Scrubb has endured and overcame his share. Having a loyal team behind him has proved instrumental in conquering his hardships. Big things ahead as Jay returns to the NBA champions Boston Celtics this upcoming season. It sounds great, but I'm thinking, this came out on July 17th. Where was I when this news was broke? Well, Noah Dalzo, who I trust her reporting through and through, tweets out that per Easy Sports Group, Jay Scrubb is returning to the Boston Celtics this season. And she goes into a little bit about what Scrubb did for the Boston Celtics Summer League last year and why he earned a two-way contract. But this is the only report I've seen coming from Easy Sports Group, who I am not exactly sure his affiliation right now with Jay Scrubb. So another reporter I trust through and through works with the Boston Celtics is Brian Robb of Mass Live. And he answered this question and kind of put the rumors to rest. Nothing is officially done with the Celtics yet, but there is interest in getting something done. Would be a cool story for him to get a chance again after suffering such a brutal injury during preseason. Would expect him to try to find a two-way deal somewhere, but he may have to show he's back first physically in the G League. So it sounds like something's cooking, whether it's with a two-way deal with the Celtics or whether it's a two-way deal with Jay Scrubb and another NBA team. But in my opinion, nothing sounds official. But I do know what's official is the Boston Celtics do have one two-way spot open. I will talk a little bit more about who I think should fill that two-way spot towards the back half of this show, but I did some digging myself because I do have a journalism degree. And what I found when I went on his Instagram and I looked at his tagged photos, and if you guys don't know what that means, ask your children. But nonetheless, I found this video of Jay Scrubb working out, doing very routine workouts to make sure he's still agile, make sure he still has that muscle that's intact after tearing an ACL, and he looked great. He was working out with a couple other players. None of them looked familiar to me, but Jay Scrubb, this was posted 7 weeks ago. So Jay Scrubb is technically healthy if he's doing this kind of stuff, because if I had an ACL tear, I'm not doing lunges. I don't do lunges, and I don't have an ACL tear. So what I am figuring out here, the latest on Scrubb is that I have only seen that one workout video. And that was from my own digging. And that's great. It looks like he's moving. It looks like he is healthy. I have heard no confirmation if he is healthy. I have heard no confirmation except for Easy Sports Groups that he is signing with the Boston Celtics. So we're going to have to wait and see if Jay Scrubb will become officially a part of the Boston Celtics roster in some fashion. But the big question here, is Scrubb really back? Well, what do you guys say? Should the Boston Celtics give Jay Scrubb a deal. I know that he had a very brief shining moment at Summer League last season, and then we did not get to see what he did because he got injured in the preseason right ahead of the NBA season. I remember Smitty and I broke the Nathan Knight news, and we're like, something must have happened. Boom, that was Jay Scrubb. That got injured, got waived, Nathan Knight came in. But is it now time to bring him back and potentially give him another chance? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But next, I'm going to talk about who I think should earn the two-way spot for the Boston Celtics based on what I have seen in this most recent Summer League appearance. But before I jump into that, I got to make sure you guys are 100% up to date on my favorite app, favorite platform to go out and get myself some tickets, whether it's for an anniversary gift, a birthday, just an event that's around the DFW area. I love using Game Time, and I want to tell you guys why you should be using Game Time as well. This is my go-to for events, for sporting events, for concerts, for anything like that. They've got last-minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals. It's easy to find and buy MLB tickets for every kind of event in your area. Not just find tickets, but find them at the lowest price guaranteed. That's what I love. I will just go to this app and I immediately see this is a flash deal, this is a zone deal. I was actually trying to get WNBA tickets, myself, Miami Heat Report host, Nick Roloff. We were trying to get tickets to go see the LA Sparks when they came to Dallas because he's got a crush on Cameron Brink. But unfortunately, she did get injured, so I didn't have to get tickets, but I saw those prices, and they were $47. Why? Because Game Time was telling me this is a zone deal. Go get these tickets in this area at this event. And I want you guys to have that exact same experience when you're going to watch the Boston Red Sox play this summer. It's the offseason, man. There's no Celtics basketball. There's no Patriots football just yet other than training camp. So go take advantage of Fenway while you have a chance. The Yankees are coming to town next week. I want you guys to be able to be there for the best rivalry that has ever existed on the planet Earth. That is Yankees versus Red Sox. So if you guys want to go on ahead and get started, all you have to do is download the app, create an account, and then use our promo code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase while terms do apply. So once again, create an account, redeem your code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. That way you guys can go on ahead and get the best that Game Time has to offer with terms that do apply. My top targets for two-way contracts after watching NBA Summer League, this is completely my opinion, I'm putting Anton Watson at number 1. I think he showcased that he should have went a lot higher than he did at number 54 with what he can do on both sides of the basketball. Jaelan, another aggressive ball handler, which I do think could be very beneficial when it comes to picking up some depth at the guard position. And Ron Harper Jr., who signed a 10-day Exhibit 10 deal, and I do believe Ron Harper Jr. maximized those 10 days with the Celtics. But when I'm looking at these three top players to possibly earn a two-way contract for the Celtics, I can't take my eyes off Anton Watson. I cannot not look at the kid when he's playing basketball. It's smooth. It's very fluent on both sides of the ball. I love the way that he defends. And the number one thing that I watch when I'm seeing Anton Watson is it's just giving me Boston Celtics. He's learning how to shoot the three ball a little bit better than he did at Gonzaga. He is learning how to be more of a role player when it comes to setting screens or constantly cutting. He understands the assignment that he's a part of the Stay Ready group. Even though he wasn't a starter for Summer League, he definitely made the most of his minutes, which is why I do think I could see Anton Watson vying for that last two-way spot with the Boston Celtics. Against the Dallas Mavericks, unfortunately, this was a loss in this grand scheme, but 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and he went 50% from the field while 40% from the three-point line. Like I said, remember how he is not really a shooter at Gonzaga? He shot 30.7% in his senior season at Gonzaga. But he has now started to work on his three ball. Why? Because Joe Mazzulla told him to. They have a vision for Watson and his capabilities on the court, whether it's going to be for the final roster spot or a two-way spot this upcoming season. But here's what Watson had to say about playing for the Boston Celtics so far in NBA Summer League. And he said the biggest thing is just being aggressive, finding three-point shots, Watson said. That's a big thing. The Celtics shoot a lot of threes. Doing that and then kind of finding my role on the team, whether I play the 5 or the 4 or the 3, just finding what works for me. So I think Summer League is a good spot to test that out. Well, the good news is, whether he's at the 3, 4, or 5, he is very effective on both sides of the basketball. I saw Anton Watson putting up beautiful blocks off the glass that just looked like something that Derek White would do. I saw Anton Watson steal the ball, poke it right out from a guard's hands around his hips. I also saw him setting screens on the offensive side, setting pick and rolls. He was very constantly moving. And you know I love a player that is never stagnant. He is constantly cutting. He is constantly spreading out the offense. But I have heard rumors that Watson's team is pushing for the final roster spot, not the two-way spot. I think it's a big jump. I think that maybe with Watson, he doesn't understand how good he can be on a really good G League team with the Maine Celtics, and I do think a two-way would really benefit him in really captivating that three ball that they have asked him to do so. I don't know if it's time for the final roster spot just yet, but who knows what training camp is going to show Brad Stevens, and if Brad Stevens sees something, he acts on it. So if you know he makes a big move, it's a good move. But here's what Mass Live had to say on Anton Watson after Summer League, saying Watson's expected to sign a two-way deal. But like Keita last year, he might be in contention for the final roster spot by the end of the year. Even if he isn't, he looks like a potential keeper and a great development piece for a team that will need quite a few options at some point in the future. Brad Stevens has thrown billions of dollars at this roster that's currently there, but who knows if that roster is going to stay together for the time that they are signed underneath the Boston Celtics pending any trade. So really captivating on a player like Watson in the G League. And like he said, you can pull him up like Keita in April when they go on their run for the NBA championship once again. So let's just take baby steps. But I do hope Anton Watson gets that two-way deal. What do you say? What contract would you give Watson? Would you give him a standard contract? Would you sign him to the 15-man roster right now, use up the final roster spot, type SC? Would you go for more of a two-way? Go ahead and type your twos. Maybe he's got some time to develop in the G League, can still play for the Celtics if they pull him up and want him to, but not all the pressure is there of being on the 15-man roster of the NBA champions. If you guys love the Boston Celtics, go on ahead and like this video. Anything and everything that happens with Jay Scrubb, Anton Watson, or the Boston Celtics, we're going to talk about it right here. So go on ahead and like this video.